Another week of nonsense going on in the market. What's good, y'all? It's your boy CB checking back in with you all. Hope you had a great week this week. Hope you all are having a great weekend so far. Let's get right to the charts and talk about what we can expect to see take place going into this next month of August. Alrighty, ladies and gents, here we have the SPY chart loaded up on the 4-hour time frame. So, man, oh man, what a bunch of chaotic moves we had in the market this week. To recap this week, let's talk about what took place. We had a lot of earnings from major tech companies, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Apple, Meta, all reported this week, had crazy earnings across the board. The FOMC meeting happened. They did not increase the interest rates or decrease the interest rates. They kept it the same, but the Fed announced that he would not be announcing whether he is or is not going to be increasing or reducing interest rates. He's just gonna let it happen, and then everyone will find out randomly. All right, and that had caused the market to do what you see here on this chart. So, starting with Monday, initial sell-off day, failing to hold above our 744 level. We had failed that level, seeing a very sharp move all the way back down to 735, where we then saw a little bit of holding in the market, reversing and holding above 736. We had a little bit of strength going into the end of the day, but not a lot of strength to show enough conviction up. Closing the day at 736, moving into Tuesday, we saw an initial bounce off of that 736 level, pushing back up into 740, where we then had a little bit of reclaim, but another failure once again, going back down. And going into the Wednesday session, we saw a failure back below the 740 level, pushing all the way below 735, going down to reach as low as 729, where we then saw a little bit of a bounce off 729, going into the end of the day, and closing the day at 729.5. Moving into Thursday, we then saw a push higher in the market after Microsoft earnings reports, and after a little bit of strength came into the market from Micron and other companies. We saw a push back up, reclaiming 736, pushing back up to 740. We then had a break above that level, going back into the 742 level. We saw a little bit of resistance, and we did end up holding above 740, closing the day at 741.72. Going into Friday, a wild move of a day, opening the day at 744. We then retested 740, fell below it but reclaimed it, pushing back up above 744, reclaiming that level and holding up above that level going into the end of the week, closing the day after rejecting off 748 at 746.77. Like I said, crazy week. Crazy week. So what are the levels to watch going into this next week of August? Our first week of August, to be exact. Well, now that we reclaimed 744, the next level to reclaim will be 748. If we get a reclaim of 748, you can see a push back above 750. 748 back into 752.5. If we're able to get above 752.5, we can see a push higher going back into 756. And if we break above 756, we can see a push higher going back into 760, which would be closer to the range of all-time highs. And then we break above that level, that would trigger a move back into new all-time highs. However, if we cannot continue to hold 744, we can see a failure back below that level, going back down to 736. I don't believe 740 is a strong enough level to claim. You can get a possible move off of it, but I just think that 736 is the level that is not exhausted. I think that 740 is a little bit exhausted. So I wouldn't look to take a position off 740. So I'm going to delete that line there, but I do think 736 to in between 736 or 735 to about 738 is the level, the range of demand that I would look to go long and see a hold happen in the market. Now, if we don't hold there, we can push back lower, going back down to 732. From there, we fail 732. We push all the way back down to 725. So like I said, a lot of levels to watch going into this next week. Very excited to see what the market holds going into this next week of August. We are now 5 months left in the year 2026. It's important that you guys stick to your plan, adjust your plan accordingly if needed, and really stay true to who you are as a person and not deviate from that. Don't lose yourself in the market. Don't lose yourself in the process of trying to claim riches and become rich. Stay true to who you are. Stay faithful and stay responsible in the market. It's a very, very crazy game, so you can lose yourself just like that. So don't allow yourself to get lost in the sauce, and execute at a high level, execute with conviction, and trust that everything is going to happen for you the way it's supposed to. All right, so with that being said, that'll conclude today's episode. Hope you all enjoyed. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you guys think the market's going to go up or go down? Me personally, I think we can see upside now that we have that reclaim and saw buyers step back into the market. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. It's your boy CB checking in with you all. I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe, stay blessed. Peace.